Welcome to this fourth tutorial on decoding the Ach Sandhi using Panini's Ashtadhyayi. So as we said, this is a supplemental reading to the website which is launched https samskritam21.com bgindex00.html. So let us proceed further. So as we have seen in the first this one, so we have classified the Ach Sandhi further into 6 categories, which is Vriddhi, Lopa, Yan, Dirgha, Guna, and Purva Rupam. In the earlier one, we have already seen A02. Prior to that, we have seen Vriddhi Sandhi. So in this, we are going to learn what is called as the Yana Sandhi. And Yana Sandhi is one of the most popular. And in the Laghu Siddhanta Kaumadi, Yana Sandhi is whenever we teach Ach Sandhi, the first Sandhi that is taught is Yana Sandhi. Now let us look at the examples of Yana Sandhi in Bhagavad Gita chapter 1. So we have got Vidamete Sham. So there we have got 2 plus idam. So Vidamete Sham is actually 3 words, but we are only concentrating on 2 and idam. So 2 plus idam becomes twidam. So the input is, if you look at it, is the plus u, 2, which is an avyayam, and e of the idam. So the, u and e. So here we are having 2 ach coming together, that is u and e. So when we have u and e together, then what happens? Ukaram becomes vakaram. If you see in this, the output is va. Similarly, when you look at Shaknomi avasthatum, again Shaknomi plus avasthatum, Brahmativa cha me manaha. This is the 30th sloka of Bhagavad Gita. So here also we have got Shaknomi plus avasthatum, which is ma plus e, which is ma plus e plus a. So the input is e plus a. Because of the process, it becomes what is called as yakaram. Then we have got yadyapyete. Again, if you look at yadyapyete, this is a very good example of 3 words and 2 yana sandhis coming into picture. So yadi api is become yadyapi. So the plus e plus a is the input. So e goes away and e is replaced by ya. So it is called dya. Similarly, api is per, e and a. So per and a, again e gets replaced by ya. Similarly, you have got Kritsnam adharmaha abhi bhavatyutaha. So here we are not taking the entire thing, we'll only take abhi bhavati uta. So this is the case, we are taking the example. So you got ta, e and u. So again, if you look at it, e is becoming ya. Then we have got he plus esham, sham. So again, e, her, e, a. So again, e is becoming ya. So there's a consistency here, whether you have got a in the beginning, a in the beginning, u in the beginning, or a in the beginning. Always e becomes ya and u becomes va. Similarly, we look at bhavati iti anususrumaha. So bhavati iti anisusrumaha. In this case also, iti anususruma. So ta plus e plus a. So again a repetition. This is the same combination as this. This is the same combination as this. So we have got 3 cases of same combination. Then we have got this is another so you got one combination repeated 3 times. You have got the second combination repeated. Sorry. You have got the second combination repeated, e plus a, and you have got the third combination, which is e plus u. So as far as e is concerned, we have seen 3 different combinations, e plus a, e plus a, e plus u, and the fourth combination which you have seen on top is u plus e. So there are 4 types of combinations which we have seen in this. to summarize in this, what we have seen is U becomes V, then E becomes Y. This is the two scenarios which we have seen in Bhagavad Gita chapter 1. Now let us go further and understand it from the Panini's analysis. So the rule applied here for undertaking this sandhi is called Iko Yanachi. Now the first question, so Iko Yanachi is the Panini Sutram. It is again a Vidhi Sutram. It comes in the 6th chapter, first pada 77, and the superscript says that it is Vidhi Sutram. Now the moment you say Iko Yanachi, what do you understand about Ik and Yan? Very, very important. So next is, whenever we see there is something called Vritti, Siddhanta Kaumadi, Vartikara has given an explanation. So the explanation for this sutra is Ikahastane, in the place of Ik, Yan Syat, Achi Samhitayam Vishaye. So there are three different code words used as per Panini, which we are all aware of. So the first code word of Panini is Ik. So Ikaha is actually Shashti. So what is Ik? As per our earlier learning, as per the first video or the second tutorial, we have seen what is the Pratyaharam, A, I, Una, Riluk, E, Ong, I, Ouch, Hayavarata, Lana, Namangana Nama, Jabanja, Gadadasha, Jabagadadasha, Kapachatata Chatatava, Kapaya, Shasasara, Hala, etc. We have seen, which I had asked all of you to by heart. Unless that is by hearted, you will not be able to look at this. So the first code word is Ikaha. Ikaha is Shashti. So this slowly we have seen Vibhakti Pratyayam also, if you remember, in our Bhagavad Gita also in yellow we had given. That is, you have to understand which is the Vibhakti Pratyayam. 6. Sthane, Yan is Pratama, Achi is Saptami. So now of Ik. So what is Ik? All of us know I, U, R, and L is called as Ik. Ik, sorry. Ik. The next question is what is Yan? Again, applying the Panini's coding words, it is Ya, V, R, and L. Then comes the word Ach. So here the entire coding which we have learned in the earlier classes is being clarified here and is in practice here. So if you look at Ach, so you have got A, I, U, the entire Swaraksharam, what we call it, as A, I, U, R, L, A, O, I, O. This is Ach. So now when we have this of Ik, there will be Yan when Ach follows. Then we have got what is called as Samhitayam Vishaye. So as I said in my earlier lectures also, brevitivity is the order of the day. So Panini will not repeat anything. So the word Samhitayam, so Ikahastane Yan Syad Achi, till that is coming in 6.177 itself. Ikaha is there, Yan is there, Achi is there. Now, where did the word Samhitayam come into picture? So this is where the glory of Panini is. So as we said, there is a sutra which is starting from 6.172, which is called Samhitayam. And I have given a super script called A, which indicates it is an Adhikara Sutra. And this Adhikara Sutra starts from 6.172 till 6.157. Iko Yanachi is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Iko Yanachi is the 6th sutra here. So Sutreshu Adrishtam Padam Sutrantarad Anuvartaniyam Sarvatra. That which is missing in the sutra has to be brought forward based on the Adhikara Sutra. So therefore, Iko Yanachi also will have Samhitayam Vishaye, because Samhita is the Adhikara Sutra which runs from 6.172 to 6.157. So Ikastane Yan Syat Samhitayam Vishaye. We all know what is Samhita. Again, we learned Samhita in the first or the second tutorial where we talked about Param Sannikarshaha Samhita. So far, so good. So an ik letter which is followed by swara, swara is here ach, converted to a corresponding yan letter in the context of Samhita. So in the place of ik, you will have yan when ach follows in a Samhita. Is the simple translation. Now let us do a bit of deep dive into this, because the more you read, the more you will get confused. Now that can be addressed and has been addressed by Panini. So first one is, all of us know, as we have seen, ik is also a subset of ach. So now let us take the example of tu idam. So when we have tu and idam, so this is an ik, no doubt about it. Then this is e, is an ach. So we have got iko yanachi can be applied. There is one confusion here. This e is also again ik. So when you have got two iks, so you have got iko yanachi of ik, you will have yan when ach follows. That is very clear. So u is ik, e is ach, and u is all, e is also ik. Now there is a confusion whether e will go and become ya, or u will become, sorry, we will become va, or u will become va or ya, is the confusion number one. We do not know, because yan means ya, va, la, and then va means this one. So this again also has been clarified very clearly by Panini in another Paribhasha Sutram, which is called Tasmin iti nirdishte purvasya. Again, it is a Paribhasha Sutram. Sanya, Paribhasha, etc. We saw the 6 Sutra Lakshanam. So this is in 1166. So of ikaha is Shashti Ekavachanam, yan is Pratama Ekavachanam, achi Saptami Ekavachanam. So Saptami Vidiyana Karyam. So by this sutra, Tasmin iti nirdishte purvasya, it very clearly says that the words which is mentioned in Saptami Vibhakti, the Karya happens on the previous entity. So here you have got two iks, whether it will happen on u or e, the same has been clarified by Panini through his sutra, telling that the change will happen to the former one and not to the latter one. So it is very clear, Tvidam, tu e will undergo change is the answer. Now the next question is, u means, yan means ya, va, ra, and la. Now the next question comes to our mind, or the next confusion is, what is going to be replaced? Ik means e, u, ra, la. Yan means ya, va, ra, la. So how do I replace in case of Tvidam? 2 plus e. So ukaram will become what is the next question. So now for that also Panini has given, whether it is 1:1 or 1:many, etc. We do not know. So that also is clarified by another sutra of Panini, which is called telling Sthane Antaratamaha. So when there is 1-to-many relationship, so e can be ya, va, so e can be ya, va, ra, and la. We do not know. Similarly, u can be ya, va, ra, la. So it's all 1-to-many. Ra can be ya, va, ra, la. Or lo can be ya, va, ra, la. This is the confusion as a student of grammar you get. But this confusion also has been solved by Panini through his Paribhasha Stutram, which says Thane Antaratamaha. If there is 1-to-many combinations possible, then Sthaninaha Aneka Adeshaha Sambhavanti Chet Tebhya Sadrishatamaha Adeshaha Eva Vidiyate. Now Sadrishatamaha. So what is Sthanam? And Sadrishatamam. Sadrishatamam means which is exactly or the most similar, which is exactly similar to the first one. If it is not exactly similar, something similar. So you should have in sthanam what is similar. Now the next logical question is, what is sthanam? So to understand sthanam, we need to know a bit of Vartikam and the explanations given elsewhere in Lagu Siddhanta Kaumudi. Just like you are by hearting A, I, Una, Relaka, I, Una, Relaka, the next second most important thing for students of Panini's grammar is to by heart this sthanam as well. Akuha Visarjaniyanam Kantaham, Ichu Yashanam Talu, Ruturashanam Murda, लतुलसानां दन्ताः उपूपद्मानीयानां ओष्ठौ न्यमंगनानां नासिका च एदैतोः कंठतालु ओदौतोः कंठोष्ठं वकारस्य दन्तोष्ठं जिह्वामूलीयस्य जिह्वामूलं नासिका अनुस्वारस्य. So this is the sthanam which is very important in understanding grammar. So Sanskrit is very scientific. So if you look at the words akuha visarjaniyanam kantaha, so where does the words akuha visarjaniyanam come? It originates from this part of a human body which is called kantaha. So a, I, ah, kavargam. Ku means kavargam. Kaka, gaganga, kaka, gaganga, and her. And visarga is all coming from this part of the mouth which is called kantaha. Ichu yashanam talu. So it is coming from the tongue. So this is the part from which your ichu yashanam e chavargam. Chavargam means cha cha jajanya and ya and sha. This all comes, the sthanam is talu. Raturashanam murdha. The top part of the mouth is called murdha. So your murdha is the where from ra, ta, sha, tavargam, tata, dhadana. So you have got murdhanya sha and talavya sha. That is how it is being taught. So talavya sha we will see as we come across. Then nasika. Nyamangananam nasika. This is the part from where you need to pronounce the words nasika. Then Dantamulaha, the tip of the tongue, Rala comes there. Then Dantyaha, Ichuyashanam Talu, Raturashanam Murda, Latulasanam Dantaha. Latulasanam is La, Tavargam, etc. comes through the Danta. Upu Padmaniyanam Oshtau. Oshtau is the lip, the part of the lip. So U Pavargam. Papa Baba Ma, then Upadmaniyanam Oshtau. Similarly, we have got Nyamangananam, which we have already seen, Ed Aitoho Kantatalu. So in case of Ed and Ait Kantatalu, you have to use the combination of the Kanta as well as Talu. You have to use two spaces. That is how it is called Kantatalu. You have to use these two part of the face. Then Odautoho Kantoshtam. So Kantoshtam is here. Odautoho Kantoshtam. Then you have got Vakarasya Dantoshtam. Va has to come as a combination of Danta and Oshta. Similarly, we have got Jivhamulyasya Jivhamulam and Nasika Anuswarasya. So Nasika Anuswaram also is coming under Nasika. So whenever the sutra Sthani Antaratamaha says, so if you look at E is Ichuyashanam Talu. So if I look at the substitute, I've got four substitutes for E. The first one is Ichuyashanam Talu, Vakarasya Dantoshtam, Raturashanam Murdha, and Latulasanam Dantaha. So if you look at the Sadrishatamaha Adeshaha for E is here because of Talu. Now let us look at U. What is the Sadrishatamaha Adeshaha? U is Upu Padmaniyanam Oshtau. Oshtau. This is Oshtau. So when it is Oshtau, here Ya is taluhu, so this is ruled out. Ra is murda, which is again ruled out. Then dantaha is ruled out. So only thing which is there is dantoshtav. So va is the sadrishatama adesha for u. Then raturashanam murdaha. So both of them belong to the same class. For ra, you will have ra and la. Latulasanam dantaha. So by this rule, you see the sadrishatamaha adesha for e is ya. Sadrishatamaha adesha is u. Sadrishatama adesha for ra is ra, and sadrishatamaha adesha for la is la. So that is how, in by applying eco yanachi, then you have to apply stani and tasmin iti nirdishte purvasya, and then stani antaratamaha by this three Panini's rule, one Vidhi Sutram and two Paribhasha Sutram, we get va who is replaced by va because of stani antaratamaha, and e is replaced by ya. So if you look at Bhagavad Gita, out of that four subcategories further, that is e, u, ra and la, in the first two chapters, we have only seen category 1 and category 2. So anything which comes here, irrespective of this is ach. So because of this ach, e will become va and e will become ya. This is how the entire operation of eco energy is there in this manner. So you have very, very popular, eco energy is a very popular one. And you may be wondering why this is again, this sandhi is complicating life or not. According to, once you start reading the scriptures at a fast pace, you will understand the beauty why this sandhi is required. Sandhi is required for the purpose of poetry and for smooth flow. So when you are reading many of the text loudly, you will see that sandhi is really creating frictionless reading. If sandhi was not there, there would have been a lot of pauses in between, which would not be a good experience. So the purpose of sandhi is for smooth flow of the language which is being transmitted in a scientific manner from mukha parampara or karna parampara. So thus we come to an end of the third one, which is yana sandhi. So in this tutorial, the next tutorial, we will see what is called as the other sandhis, A4 onwards.